Hey guys, this is Angel Hendry, and I am doing my literature presentation for RED 541. The book that I chose was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. All right, and just some standards. Okay, this is actually more like a unit that I would do, maybe taking a week, maybe even bleeding over into 2 weeks. I'm not really sure, but this would be kind of a unit for the students. And of course, I'm doing kindergarten because that's my realm of teaching. That's my little jam. That's where I stay. So I just figured I would do, a lesson or a unit for my babies. All right, and so just some standards. I would do a science standard, and I would also do a reading standard. The science standard would have to do with living and non-living things, as well as the reading standard would have to do with organizing information that is spoken or read through like sequencing with a graphic organizer. And so I could also have thrown in some math standards, just simply because we would be charting some things. Because with this unit, we actually do buy the little butterfly thing, the little butterfly eggs, and we watch them each day and kind of chart their growth. And the kids just love it. And we have a good time kind of just charting the changes that the butterflies go through. Um, so many things that we can do with this. Okay, so getting into my book, I chose The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which is a great little read aloud. And I'm sure most of you have either heard of it or have actually read it with students or read it yourself. But this is a great story about a sweet little caterpillar that goes each day he starts eating more and more things, and he has the illustrations are just absolutely phenomenal. Very famous book, and he ends up eating all kind of stuff. He eats pie and pickles and just sausages, all kind of crazy stuff. And the whole time we're going through he's going through changes. He's getting larger and larger, and then eventually he ends up going into a cocoon. And then, of course, we know at the end he ends up um, becoming a butterfly, which is really fun for the babies. But throughout this unit, we would probably also watch this video right here, which I've shown before in my classroom, of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And it would be the same story, but it's just animated, and it's so fun for the littles because they love to like really see their story come to life. And then I would probably also pull up a video of like butterflies 3D, you know what I mean? Like actual butterflies in the wild. So just fun stuff. All right, and so also because I work at Faith Academy and we are a Christian school, we usually use this book in kindergarten to talk about salvation and transformation. So we would also talk about how to be saved and the different changes that the Lord can make in our life. And so that's just kind of another extension of this lesson. Also, so getting into my reading strategy, my reading strategy that I chose was a graphic organizer. And so with that, that's kind of a broad strategy because there are tons and tons and tons of different types of graphic organizers. So I've actually used multiple kinds in this lesson. All right, and so the first one that we would use would be after we had read the story, we would sit down together at the rug, and I would actually probably have this blown up on the interactive whiteboard, and I would write the things that they say because they're so little. But we would talk about the things that butterflies can do, the things that butterflies have, and the things that butterflies are. So butterflies can fly, butterflies have wings, butterflies are beautiful, so just things like that. And it's really fun to kind of organize their thoughts in a graphic organizer for them to see. Then moving on, I would also use this type of activity, and it is kind of a type of an organizer. You're putting things in the correct place, and so we would use this. This is actually an interactive slide that we would pull up on the interactive whiteboard, and they would be able to drag the correct thing. And so, or they would at least tell me, and I would drag it, or something like that. We would see what they were capable of doing. And so they would go through each stage, and we would just do that and have a good time. And then we would talk about the life cycle of a butterfly, and that's also part of our science extension. All right. And so then our next type of graphic organizer that we would use would probably be these two. So we would ultimately begin to really focus on the life cycle of the butterfly, and we would sequence the order that the life cycle happens. And so we talk about the egg, then we talk about the caterpillar, then the, chrysalis, and then the butterfly. And so we would do that in multiple ways. And like I said, this would be done over multiple days. So this will not just all happen in one day. But these graphic organizers are a great, fantastic way for them to really put on paper and organize what they have learned. And of course, at the little age, we would do something cut and paste because that's really fun for them, and it gives them a way to express their understanding of the content. This is my favorite craft. We do it every year when we talk about butterflies. And so this is our science extension. So we would talk about the life cycle of a butterfly all week, and then we would eventually print this out, and I would have it all ready for them and have all the different little pieces set aside. And they would come back to that table with me, and they in small group, and we would create these little life cycle of a butterfly crafts. They're so cute. So the eggs are little dried beans. The caterpillar is a rotini pasta shell. The chrysalis is macaroni shell, and then the butterfly is bow tie pasta. The kids absolutely love it, and then the parents really love it too because they get to take it home. So this really makes the life cycle come alive to them. All right, and so how these activities were chosen, I just like to talk about this because I don't want to steal anything. A lot of the resources that I have chosen are from Pinterest. Of course, we all share as teachers, and thank God for that. But also, I want to talk about the fact that we do hatch butterflies in the classroom, and then we release them on the playground one day. It is so much fun, and so we've charted, we've used different graphic organizers, and then we also use multisensory activities to meet like all learning styles. And so my references are some of the graphic organizers that I used, and then like the cut and paste, and then the life cycle freebie. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It was really fun, and I know that this lesson will be fun. And please feel free to steal. All right, bye guys.